Okay, let's take a look at an activity that is going to foster a lot of transitional behavior in your players. So we're going to start out with a typical grid size like we've been using, but we're going to put two goals on one end of the pitch. And you're going to man this with two players. So we'll have a keeper and a keeper, and then the other two players are going to act as defenders. And then you, the coach, you're going to be down here, and you're going to have a pile of balls. And then there's going to be 4 attacking players. So the activity begins, you're going to serve a ball out to the attacking players, and they're going to go against the 2 defenders and the 2 keepers and try to score a goal. You want to use big goals here preferably. You're going to want to see a lot of scoring because that's going to create more opportunities for transition. If you're using small goals, you're not going to see very many goals. There's not going to be a lot of opportunities for transition. So if the circle team, let's say they score a goal, they're immediately going to drop back and pick a ball up from the coach. Now this does a couple of things. We want to develop the habit, especially in our midfield players and even in our target forwards, of coming back, checking back to receive the ball. It's a habit that we need our players to get into. They need to want the ball, they need to demand the ball. Unfortunately, it's just not a natural instinct to drop back in. They're always trying to push up, try to get near the goal. So as soon as they score, they've got to check back, receive the ball. Trust me, it will not take long for young players to be checking back in droves to pick the ball up. You're going to get all 4 of them coming back, calling for the ball, which is awesome. Great thing that you want to have happen. So they pick up the ball, they attack again, and they keep going over and over and over until they lose the ball. If the ball is saved and caught, or the ball is won by the defensive team, they're going to try to get the ball to the coach. Or they can just clear the ball out of play. Whatever they need to do, but they need to win the ball, they need to control the ball. And you can decide whether they have to play the coach, clear the ball, complete a pass, whatever that you want them to do to achieve mastery of that, they have achieved possession of the ball. Then as soon as you call new ball, they're going to have to run, they're going to pick a ball up from the coach. These 4 players are not going to drop back and take on those roles. So we're going to reverse roles. The defending players are going to attack now, 4v2, and then you have the 2 keepers. And you can just play this game over and over. You can play it for a set amount of time. You can play it, first team to get 5 goals, however you want to do it. And again, you can play this with open touches. You can play it with 2 touches. You can do however you want to kind of change the activity up, make it more difficult, make it easier. You may do different rounds where it's unlimited touch the first round, second round it's 2 touch. Third round, it's unlimited touch with a 1-touch finish. However you want to do it, a lot of different opportunities, a lot of flexibility. Key coaching points is obviously, we talked about checking back to pick up the ball, transition, switching the point of attack. So if we're able to get this guy down here and the 2 defenders have to slide to pick him up, we now have the opportunity to make a run in and switch the play. So we're going to be switching the point of attack. Anytime you have a big advantage, like a 4v2 advantage going to goals, you're going to look to switch the point of attack. And there's a lot of ways to do that. They can play a direct ball to switch the point of attack. They can play through a pivot player. So maybe this guy plays the ball back here, and then he goes into here to this guy. A lot of different ways to switch the point of attack. You can talk about those. Another thing you can do is you can require finish. Maybe it's got to be finished with a header, finished with a volley. So now you're going to see players work into wide areas and then trying to serve the ball in. So use your imagination as always, be creative, and have fun with this activity.